Hello, Space Engineers. Welcome back. I realized last episode I ended somewhat abruptly without actually finishing all this, but here it is. This is probably all the further I'll really get it. I added some lights, did some details. I'll get into that event controller. I tried to set it up to where that miner, the small one back there, would park itself, but that's simply not going to work. The AI is just not going to be able to handle that. So I'm just going to skip that for now, do it the old-fashioned way. But I do have some other stuff set up on it. Let me get into things here. No, wrong button. Let me show you what I've done with the... I need to... Actually, let me just go ahead and hide all that. I don't need it in there. But I set up this one here on the main ship here. And it's just connector connected. It's monitoring that one. And I've got it set up to where when it's connected, it'll turn off a lot of things, and when it's connected or disconnected, it should turn everything back on. So I've got my reverse thrusters, the rest of them, batteries, I even did the gyros. Probably don't need to do those, but I did them anyways. And I've got my lights here also. Actually, what I probably need to add to that is this here. Turn off. Turn on. I'll explain that a little bit later. But I've got something similar back here for the miner. It's basically the same thing. I also did this on the miner, where I'm doing the cargo percentage on that container, and it's simply turning off the drill when it gets full. And I can turn that back on manually. Or, you know what was that? That is, well, just drill. I'll set that up later. So that is all of that. What I have not done yet is I haven't actually tested this thing yet to see if it all... I mean, I've done some flying around, but I haven't ran it through a full cycle. So, let's go find something to mine. Let's go pick up some of that. See where that's at. Up and over the mountain. That'll be alright. Now, well, first, I should be able to just disconnect and everything turns on. This will actually be a good safety measure where if power goes out for some reason on the base it's connected to, it'll simply power everything up because it just got disconnected. No more falling miners or stuff like that because things just got disconnected. side thrust seems a little weak. It's got plenty of lift, which that's good. Gyros seem plenty. Now this is all empty still, so when we get full that'll change, but so far everything looks to be working alright. I'm maintaining altitude, which that's, like I said, I'll get into that a bit later. Find myself a relatively flat spot here. Might have to knock down a few trees. Come on. See, you don't have that on there yet, do I? Don't know if this will do me any good in this situation or not. Now, as I'm going down here, I'm not going down as fast as I could. Let me get out of this. The reason I'm having the thrusters for the miner, the up thrusters on, because if you turn those off, of course it's not going to do it now. What will happen sometimes is that'll actually start to sink or fall on its own because it doesn't compensate for the weight of the miner. Right now it seems to be maintaining altitude, but every once in a while it'll want to sink on you. And as such, I turned those on, and it'll keep that from happening. But it seems to be behaving itself right now. And there we have that. And I do not have any of that set up either. Let's toggle that on off, though it's already on. And let's do control on that. I don't have my hinge set up right yet. Let me get out and do that. I never set my limits on my hinge. Now, I don't have any way to get rid of the stone that I'm going to be picking up right now. I might set that up later. I'll get that here in a little bit. So lower limit, let's go 80. See what that message was. That might be important. Nothing important. My upper limit, I want to be confirm. So now, if I just reverse, now if I reverse, so basically all I have to do is just reverse it, it'll go from one to the other. Now, this one should be the same way. Let's do that. Let's see how bad this goes. Now I have not put on... What happened? It's still there. Still getting an antenna signal. Do I have something messing me up here? Let's turn these off. Probably need to just take those out. Okay, that looks like I've got control of it again. I didn't have that turned on. Okay. Thought I renamed that. Let's see, I think 5 is my bottom one. There it is. Get things level again. Yep, got that. I should be able to just come down. Clear out a little bit of stone here. probably picking up mostly stone here, but this is just a test after all. Okay, that's... So my drill's not turning off. So it did not turn my drill off like I was wanting. So how much did it waste? And like I said, I got mostly stone. I can eject that later. But this thing's got a full load. We've got a little bit of altitude here. And it seems to be doing okay. And I do not use all my battery up, or my available power up. Whoa. And I should be able to. And it kicks me right out. Make sure it did everything that it wanted. Yep, put everything back on recharge. All my engines are off, those are on. All my lights are off. So it did all that just fine. Let me go park this thing. Then I'm gonna figure out what we're doing next. This was just a test for now. And I don't want this whole episode to be nothing but mining, so I'll get it parked and I'll get started on what I've got planned next. Welcome back. I got that mining ship put back away. We're over there at the iron mine. I got this thing, I've loaded it up with supplies, and I've come here to the head of this little valley. This is at the base of the mountain where I plan to eventually start building that space elevator. This here is where I plan to build Home Sweet Home. This is... it's a low enough level that I've got high oxygen content. It's not too bad a little place to build. It is somewhat flat. I'll be working on making this a little flatter here in a wee bit. But this is where I plan to make the home base. Well, what I've been doing now is just kind of getting stuff ready. I've got a nickel mine over there that's chewing through some nickel. I've got iron mine that needs a little bit of attention, but I've got a good start on my iron. This is where the home base is going to be. And that up there, like I said, that'll just be kind of a spot to debark, leave, stuff like that. this is going to be where I'm staying. So, as I said, I've got some stuff. Let me start getting this set up, get a little power, start working on getting this a bit flatter. Don't know how much I'll get laid out and done here, but we're going to see. Welcome back. Got the drill set up. Just going to be using this to level this off. Went ahead, added basic refinery. I'll be using that. I'll be processing the stone. I want some gravel. That way I can turn it into concrete. So I've got some building materials. And that's already at full length, isn't it? Yes, it is. But my plans right now is I'll probably extend this out one more shot, give it another 10 meters. Then I'll probably turn a corner, go sideways, and that'll be my base. I'll have a refinery, I'll have an assembler in there. But for now, right now, my plans are at least, this will simply be place to live with a little bit of production capability. Up there is probably where most of my production is going to be, or I might make it a separate section up here. Other plans I might do is the air is really thin up there. Your engines, your thrusters, only have 50% of the effectiveness. You know, they're only as 50% as powerful as what they normally would be. If you're up there, that make delivering supplies up there rather difficult. And there is no real road up there. So, to get supplies up there, I might end up making a rather long conveyor tube, or maybe I'll make a road up there. Road would be kind of hard, that's a pretty steep mountain. But I'll be making something to get up there with. But that is a future episode. For this one, I'll probably be calling it good for now. And I'll continue to flatten this out and start laying foundations. And that will probably be another episode. Thank you for sticking around and watching.